to be with you. I am just honored to be on here today. It's been a week. It's been a hard week for a lot of people. On Monday, July 27th, a tornado hit Appleton and Menasha. So if you're not local to here, you might not have even known the devastation that hit. But for you that are here local, the heaviness you can feel of the aftermath. Our family was on the outskirts of the storm, but I was home. And when the tree hit, it was very scary. There was a lot of people who lost their homes and their possessions and have to replace everything. Some friends are still without power and figuring out what life looks like right now. And so if you're walking through heaviness, like, please drop a prayer request in the chat, reach out, text me, call me. I'd love to walk with you through this. If you need something practical, there's lots of organizations that are helping, but this known community has been texting and calling and asking, hey, how are our people? How is this community? What's going on? And so this is community. It isn't built on big moments, that, but it's built on these faithful moments where we come together because of big moments of things that have happened, of trauma, and we want to walk through that with people. So send a text, make a phone call, show up with a meal, clear branches and trees, and sit with somebody in silence. Just be there. Be the hands and feet of Jesus. My heart is heavy. I don't know the perfect words. I don't know how to take this all away, but I do know we have a God of hope. We have a God that's presence goes with us. We have a God that wants to walk with us through this storm, and He's continually doing that. We have a real enemy, and we have a real God that is bigger, and we have all authority. So if you're looking for ways to get involved, Samaritan's Purse at Appleton Alliance is a great one to go and help with cleanup. Calvary Bible has a full store set up in their in their facility, where you can drop supplies. They're actually not taking supplies right now. But Mill City is still taking supplies as far as I know. So lots of great opportunities to get involved, but maybe you're just emotionally needing some help. Again, we have some great trained counselors that are on our team that would love to walk alongside you. Um, we have great contractors that are a part of supporting Known. So if you're looking for rebuild, I mean, they want to help. They want to be the hands and feet of Jesus. We had random people show up at our house with chainsaws and say, "Hey, can we help? Like, we just want to be community." And I just started bawling because I'm like, I don't understand. I don't know how we can just continue to walk through this, but one step at a time, the next thing that God's calling us to. There's also a lot of guilt. I know it's for some that have not been affected or that haven't been affected as much. There's a lot of guilt that people are feeling, and um, that isn't what God wants for us, like that, and yet that's a real emotion that we're feeling. And so, as you're walking through those things, feel free to sit with people and process. I know for me, I'm like, oh, I have a conference that's coming, and I have to do all of these other recordings and these things. And I'm like, I just want to be helping my neighbors. Like, I just want to be out doing. And this, like, pull of, like, reality starting again has been really, really hard and heavy. So, give yourself grace, walk through this with people, see what God's laying on your heart, and just continue to pray. I know my friends who have lost everything, they have felt the support from people, but the support isn't going to end like this week. they're going to continue to need it on the rebuild, on figuring out housing, on these next steps. Like, there's going to be lots of opportunities. You didn't miss your opportunity if you didn't get to support this week. There's lots of opportunities to still jump in. So that's heavy, that's hard, but thank you for praying, thank you for serving, thank you for giving, and thank you for showing up like Jesus does. We've got some events that are coming up. Known is coming, and things are moving, and your favorite event of all is coming. So bingo is back. Monday, August 17th, we are going to do a bingo night, and this is a fundraiser for Known. It's $25 to play 6 rounds of bingo and have some Chick-fil-A, but this is a great way for the community to come together and to be able to just show up together. If you are gluten-free, please just email me. I can get you a gluten-free salad as instead of the Chick-fil-A sandwich. So just let me know if that's something that you're interested in. But we would love to continue to gather together in this time. We did cancel our worship night. Unfortunately, there was 3 events happening on the same week, and financially we just said, this doesn't really make sense. So we are going to not be meeting on the 21st, but we are meeting at Appleton Alliance for their soul food. Becky Kopitsky, who is a dear friend of ours, and one of our previous speakers at Known, is going to be speaking. They're going to have worship and some yummy food. And so August 18th, you can mark your calendars. This is a free event. You can register online so that they know that you're coming. And last, Known is going to be here before we know it. I am, emotional today, but I'm super excited about what God's doing. My husband has reminded me often this week that the soul work that we're doing at Known is important, because honestly, I was having a hard time being like, hey, get your ticket for Known and let's do this. But what we need right now is community. What we need right now is connection and relationships. And so we're gonna join together and worship our God, and we're going to have some great fellowship and fun. But if you have been affected and you need support, please reach out. We do have scholarships available for ladies that are coming, and we would love to have you there. So that's a lot of information, a lot of things, a lot of heaviness, and we're going to turn a corner. It's going to feel a little, like heavy and hard and all the things, but we're going to invite one of my dear friends who's going to be a speaker this year in person at Known, and we're going to get to know her. We're going to get to know her heart, and she has just been a delight to get to know. And so with that, we're gonna, I know she's here. We've had all of the fun technical difficulties this week without power and without things, and the devil's just working overtime, but no, we are excited to have Joy here today. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. What a crazy thing. I just want to say that as I drove to Joyelle's home, it is a totally different landscape. I couldn't find her. The neighborhood looks totally different. So she may say she's on the fringe, but she's looking out her window right at everything. It's tough. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, my heart's with everybody. It's really hard.
It's not a comparison. We all are dealing with it in different ways, and it was hard. It's hard to see. I was saying there's trees down. There's it's my girls were like, Mom, we don't know where things are, and we don't know where. Yeah. You have those landmarks that.
I'm getting lost all the time now.
Yeah.
I'm getting lost all the time.
Oh.
Right. But God. So I want to come back to that, because it's very easy to go down this dark, just, if you're a feeler for people, it's really tough. if you're in it, it's even harder. But I was talking to a gentleman who lost everything the other day, and he said it's just stuff. And I mean, he's lost everything. And it wasn't without heaviness. It wasn't like I'm pretending like everything's la-di-da, fine, it's just stuff. It wasn't that. He was just very real and honest in saying that, the important thing is like me and my wife are still here because they were in their home when it happened, and their house is now gone. And he's like, it's just stuff. It's going to take years to rebuild, but it's just stuff. And God's just showing up already in such mighty and huge ways. It's unbelievable the things that I'm witnessing, and it's palpable when you're around it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that's what, I mean, the testimonies of our friends that are turning back to Jesus. My pastor this week celebrated 8 new believers because of Samaritan's Purse's work. And I'm sure that there's so many more, but the harvest is, gonna just continue to show. Yes. And so we're gonna continue to walk with people. And I didn't realize the need for community within our neighborhood until this hit. Yeah. And I know that sounds like, oh, Joelle, you're writing a book on community and you don't even know. But, that was the first thing that Levi did was we checked in on our neighbors and we made sure everybody was safe. And we got the calls of like, we don't know where these people are yet, and we gotta search and we gotta find, and that's heavy. That's hard. But God. Yeah. But God.
So it's kind of apropos that I'm here today because I'm talking at the conference about where is he in the waiting and who are you in the waiting. And, when I first was thinking about this, it was really talking about personal experience of friends gathering on all of that. And, having times of struggle and typically that struggle that we deal with is more on a personal kind of level. Mm-hmm. But here everything has shifted because you can see like there is going to be not only a waiting of God, where are you in all of this at times, to I'm waiting because I don't have a place to live, like literally waiting for something to happen and feel like something is in my favor, because we go through such deep times of struggle and you're like, where are you in this? Yeah. Like, I don't feel you. I don't know where you are. I'm praying, I'm talking to you, but I'm not feeling like I'm getting the answers. Yeah. But he does answer.
Totally. He does answer. Well, we got really ahead of ourselves. We forgot to even introduce who you are and maybe a little fun fact about yourself.
That's all right. It's conversational.
It's real. This is real. So yeah, tell us who you are and maybe a couple fun things about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Joy Kapheim. Fun things about, I'll tell you, I'm a child of God first and foremost, and I just love Jesus to the core. Always growing with him, love it. I am a mother of 2 adult children, so I have she just turned 26, is that right? Yeah, 26 and 20. And my daughter is married. She's the older one, so I'm also a mother-in-law. I'm a good mother-in-law, I swear. I guess I need to ask him. Yeah. But also, I'm a brand new grandmother. 3 months ago, I had a granddaughter named Eloise, and she is just, I can't even describe it. You look in a child's eyes, and I'm sure there's many of you out there who know exactly what I'm talking about, but everything else goes away.
Yeah, for sure.
She's a great respite, too. It's just like, I just want to stare at you. Yeah. Like, if you sleep for an hour and a half, I'm just going to watch.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Yeah. Those moments are so sacred. Our next question is what God is teaching you. And the girls really want to help. And it's hard because not all the organizations, they're too young to help with some of these things. Yes. And so Levi and I were talking about practical ways that they could help, and then they came up with their own way, and they really wanted to do this lemonade stand this week. And they love lemonade. They have this big banner that somebody donated to them. Like, so cool. It's this big thing. And I was kind of not my greatest mom move. I was like, I don't want you guys to do a lemonade stand because, one, like, there's, no room on our street for people to park, and people, just it's a hazard. There's other things that we could be doing, all of these things. So I'm not my greatest moment, okay? So, but Levi was like, yeah, can you post on Facebook? I was like, no, I'm not posting on Facebook about a lemonade stand right now. Like, there's bigger things that are going on. And long story short, they gave free lemonade to our neighbors and to people that were driving down the road and different things like this. And they made $73 on free lemonade. And the first thing that they say is, Mom, can we go and buy some things for our friends that don't have anything anymore? And it was like, oh, cool, God. Perspective. And so he's teaching me that the ways that we're giving are not to be stifled. That prayer is important, that showing up for people is important, but these fidget toys that they're buying for kids is important because they need joy, they need hope, they need these things to be able to continue to walk through. So yeah.
That's awesome.
What's God teaching you through all this?
Oh gosh. Well, it's always in the waiting. I've been in a period of time for at least 6 years. It's actually probably a little bit more than that, where I have felt like this feeling of expectation. I don't know if any of you have ever been there, but this feeling of like something is shifting, something is changing. God's taking me to something else. But so often, I mean, I'm as impatient as probably any of you watching or more. And it's like, well, can that happen like tomorrow? Can that happen a week? Like, how about in a month? And we are talking years, and he's doing things throughout and bringing me to opportunities and different things like known. Yeah. Because I mean, I didn't really know you until about a year ago. Yeah. Which I'm so thankful for. Yeah. But what he's taught me through that, which is now helping me through this, is that I've had to get very comfortable with being uncomfortable. Oof. Yeah. And it is not easy to be uncomfortable. I mean, who likes to be uncomfortable? That just sounds awful. And I remember somebody saying to me, gosh, probably 4 years ago, and it wasn't even related. We weren't even talking about this. And she said, it was about her own life and some things that she was doing in business, because I'm also a business person. And she said, you do hard things until they're not. And it's like, I'm like, I never really looked at it like that before, where, something might be really difficult. Like maybe it's difficult for you to even just like go to your neighbor's house. Maybe you don't have a great relationship with your neighbors. Yeah. And it's hard to start that conversation or whatever it is. Or maybe it's something bigger. Maybe it's coming up with a plan around something, or who knows what. And it might be hard, but we do have muscle memory. So the more you make yourself do the uncomfortable, it isn't hard anymore. Mm-hmm. And so I can honestly say that getting comfortable with just that uncomfortable feeling has made it easier. It's not of my own volition. I have not been able to conjure this on my own. It is through prayer. And the other thing is trust. And I'll just tell you this real quick little thing. My husband is very simplistic when it comes to some of the things with God, where he will say, I'll come up with something and have all these nuances, and he'll be like, well, that's not trusting God. Or, that comes down to trust. Do you trust him? Do you not? And it's like, well, it's so much more than that. That's where I go. It's like, well, yeah, but, what about this and this and this? And he's like, but, is it trust? Is it not trust? Wow. Hard. That's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, because we can get lost in the details and in all these little nuances and the but. And it's like, no, God, do you trust him or do you not? And it's like, so even in all of these storms and everything around us, it may seem like total upheaval, and it is truly total upheaval for some. But do you trust God where he's going to take you? He's so much greater. He's so much bigger. He loves us so much more than we can ever fathom. And those are the things we need to cling to. So it's like that uncomfortableness, that is a big thing that he's taught me. And patience. I am not a patient person. Oh gosh, I wish I knew that better. But the Holy Spirit gives it to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even being patient in the storm, because it's going to take a lot of patience.
Oof. Yeah. Tell us about a project that you're working on right now.
A project that I'm working on.
That could be a David's discount.
Yeah. So yes, what we didn't tell you is her. I'm sure that you who are on here know that Joyelle's brother owns a discount store, and I came to it about a year ago, reluctantly, and I will say this with all honesty, reluctantly, and it's been the best thing, and it's very ministry focused, which
Yeah.
is incredible because we have a lot of customers who come in who have been affected also by all of this, but before this, even affected by a lot of other struggle and things like that. But right now, a project that I don't know, I have this heart to just help people. Like, I don't like to sit idle. I think we're a little bit
We're
alike.
a little alike.
Alike. And I'll just tell you that last week with the storm, um, David was gone. The other person who's managed was gone, and it was kind of like, I'm like, I know David, and we need to do something. And so I just started being a drop-off site because there are a lot of people who come to me in the outside of David's discount and where I live and everything, who are like, how can I help, how can I help, and I can plug them into resources, but a lot of them want to donate and don't really know where to go or don't want to take the time. That sounds really terrible, but people have busy lives and they don't want to figure it out. Sometimes they don't know how or whatever that is. And so I'm like, drop the stuff off here. It's going to go to, like you said, Calvary. Mill City is still taking things. But there are other organizations that I'm finding too, and even just the own needs of people that we have in our store that we know of, where we're doing that. And then David was so gracious to let us apply a discount to anything. People can bring things from their home or whatever they buy and drop it off at where we are. But if they don't have anything, which a lot of times is the case, they can come in the store and shop and put it in these carts. And so he's giving a discount as well so that their dollars can go further.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever way we can continue to help and just
Yeah.
continue to serve. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you have, been like voluntold into this known family. You've been.
I'm told I love it.
When we were getting coffee, I normally don't do this. There's like a whole process of you start as an online exclusive
Yeah.
and then we turned you into an in-person this year because of some other circumstances of some of our other people
Yeah.
that aren't able to come. So you're jumping like full force into this known community. Tell us
Yes.
why you're excited to be part of it.
There's a couple of reasons that I'm excited to be a part of it. Number one is I love to speak into, and I don't like using the word mentor because I feel like there are some people that I talk to and breathe life into who are so much more capable in certain areas than I am. So I don't like using that word mentor, but I do like to speak life into people, and especially to women of all ages, because the fact of the matter is I'm going to be 60 this year, which is crazy.
So fun.
I know. Well, yeah, we're gonna call it that.
Yeah,
It's so fun. It's
yeah.
so fun.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom. 100%. I wouldn't go back just because I'd have to trade that off. And I've learned so much in my years. And to be able to speak into young, I love children. I love to be able to speak into young people. But now that I'm older and seeing the things that happen with people, I love to be able to speak, and being through some things myself. I love to be able to speak life into people and show people and point them towards Jesus, point them towards, where is God in this, and ask questions and all of that. So I'm very excited for that. To be honest, I knew about Known, but I didn't really know about Known. I had never attended it before. But I also love gleaning. Like, even some friends of mine for business, we used to listen to a lot of speakers and that sort of thing. And I'm always the person who's like, even if somebody isn't great, I can always grab something. I can always grab that nugget. And so my hope is that I can at least give somebody some nuggets.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm excited to do that. But I don't know that you really know this story, but I'm going to share something with you.
Okay. Yeah.
So yes, Joyelle and I were meeting for coffee. It had nothing to do with Known.
No.
It was just get to know you.
Uh-huh.
Truly, like a get to know you. And I will never forget it. I was on 441 For those of you who are in the area, I'm heading towards Nina and I'm on 441. I know exactly where I was. And I was just sort of like praying and just saying, God bless this conversation that we have and whatever you want to come out of it and be with us. And out of the blue, because I really didn't know a lot about Known, I just knew that you had this. I said to God, if she asks me to speak, I'm going to say yes. And so if you do not want me there, please do not have her ask me, because I don't know what in my own, like, I'm just going to say, this is what I'm throwing out there, Lord. I'm going to say yes. I didn't even think about that before.
Wow.
I didn't think I was on 441 and I'm like, if she asks me to speak, I'm going to say yes.
That's awesome. Because that wasn't my intention.
That wasn't even, we weren't even talking about Known.
Yeah.
We weren't even talking about Known.
Yeah.
And
I'd never knew that story.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so then I have to say yes, right? And then I'm like, oh boy, now what? Now what?
Yeah.
So, and it's not that I'm a stranger to speaking in front of people. Typically it's more in a facilitation role than it is in a actual like content role. But I'm excited. And I'm excited to share what I'm going to share, because I know somebody, even if it's one, somebody needs to hear some of the things that God's laying on my heart. So,
yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on here today. Ladies, if you are in need, please drop something in the chat. We would love to pray for you. I'll be looking at those later today. But just feel free to reach out. We would love to pray with you, support you practically if there's anything that you need. But we'd love to see you at some of these upcoming events. We're just a week and a half away from bingo, and we'd love to see you there. So, all right, ladies, we'll talk to you soon, and thanks for being on. Yeah, bye.